Hello, this is Bill Heck again. Did you go to my 11:45 report? This is my 1 o'clock p.m. report on November 25th. I continue. The ministry that was given to me from the Lord to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The ministry that I have is from the Lord, and it began to form many years ago. I would be driving along in my car or riding along on a trolley car and see these monuments or memorials, as I would call them, in the streets of Philadelphia. They consisted of stuffed animals and crosses. They signified people, young people, who had been shot and died. Drugs played a role in some deaths. I would also read a newspaper or the internet. I would see on television and hear on the radio somebody dying by gunshot or knife. I would even find out about little children being gunned down by a drive-by shooter. I would hear of gang wars, drug wars, and people who were killed by those wars. During those times, we had 2 incidents in front of our home. One young person and another person who were both shot, but still remained alive after the shootings. The scene of one of those monuments or hearing of one death by gunshot or because of drugs should at the very least get your attention, get you sad, get you angry. It should make you want to do something about it. You should want to change the situation, but how is one to go about doing so? It is a very difficult question to answer, and many are afraid to want to ask that question. What can we do about it? One may not even care to ask that question considering their fear. To ask them for help in doing something about it can be futile. There are others who just go about their business. As for myself, I just began to pray, Lord, what can we do to change the things that are happening? That was the only thing that I could do or one can do at that time. One time I sat down on 36 Charlie at 73rd Street, Elm Avenue. And by the time we were only a few blocks up the street, 2 ladies had sat down in front of me. First words out of their mouths were stories about 2 people who they personally knew were killed by guns. First woman told of somebody that she knew was killed on Saturday, and the other woman told of somebody that she knew was killed on that Sunday, 1 or 2 days before our trial. In 2011, at the place where I work at night, a co-worker of mine named Earl, again a young black man who I consider a friend, had a brother he loved dearly, shot in the head, only 2 blocks away from his home, and died. When he told me of this, my heart was hit hard with that news. My heart sank. Total compassion came over me for him, for his mom, for his family. 10 summers ago in 2009, I received an answer from the Lord. This time we would again experience some of the very same circumstances in front of our neighbors' front doors. Stephen and Regina Young and John Paul Kratchek at his home that others around the city of Philadelphia have experienced. That summer in front of Stephen and Regina's home, someone was shot and killed by 2 men that were waiting for him to come out of the house around the corner. We heard that he came back from Florida. They knew that he was in this house at that time. He came out and ran after him with their guns, shooting him, and he died. What comes to mind immediately was over illegal drugs. Another incident that summer happened in Elm Park, located between Lewis Avenue and Dix Avenue, between 71st Street and 72nd Street. A young African man was shot and killed as he sat with 2 friends at the park bench. The 2 others ran and got away. The shooter wanted the man's money. It may have been so that he could obtain drugs. My wife for a long time had been saying that we should move into New Jersey, but I said no, the Lord will protect us. After what happened in front of Steve and Regina's house, Steve said that he and his wife and family would move, but later he said no, he will not be intimidated. He said that we will stay. Regina supported. I said to Steve and Regina, we are Christians, we believe in Jesus Christ, the Bible, we believe in praying. Then let's take the Bible and prayer, went to our street corners, and ask God to bring change for our neighborhood. Remember to confess our sins first. We use as the basis for our going out to our street corners the scripture taken from the Bible, 2 Chronicles chapter 7, verse 14. My people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways. Then I will hear from heaven. I will forgive their sin, and I will heal their land. Since we have been bringing our Bibles and prayers to the street corner 73rd, Buellers, and 72nd, and Dix Avenues, we believe we can say that there has not been one gunshot on our street, not one gunshot on our street since then. Our very own personal comfort levels have risen as far as gunshots are concerned. On my day job, a young man named Jeremy became my supervisor and explained to me how the street that he and his family lives on had been having much trouble, which made he and his wife and children very unsafe. I then proceeded to tell him of the ministry that with the help of the Lord I had for my sheep. Two neighbors and I on Saturday morning at 8 o'clock a.m. would go onto our street corners, reading the Bible and praying in Jesus' name. Since we had been doing that, the gunshots had stopped, our comfort level was increasing. The same could be for you, I told him. I went home to tell my wife that we should tonight pray for a situation during the family devotion, which we did. I also told my wife to pray about his situation during the prayer meeting she was attending that night. I told Jeremy that we prayed, and since doing so, he said that on his street his family feels much safer. He couldn't go outside the home instead, and now the kids do. It has been a while, though, since we have prayed and read the Bible in the street. There are obviously very many stories such as these around the city of Philadelphia and around the country, almost anywhere in the world. Somebody has to stand up, step up, and sound the battle cry. Who will go forward with me in the battle? I'm a white man, and a white man says Black Lives Matter. This is an appeal to the Black community. My name is Joe Hackett, and I am a white man. I live in the inner city, born and raised. I now live in a predominantly Black neighborhood, and I do believe Black Lives Matter. I have stayed there at my residence believing that I would be able to change the situation for my neighborhood. I am concerned for the inner city. How do we both get involved together? The inner city Black community is much maligned by the elite. The elite usually focuses on the negative side of the inner city, not the positive side. For sure, there are negatives in the inner city. I have written about that. White communities, as well as other ethnic communities, have them also. The city streets and pavements that I live on are full of trash and bottles and cans. They are thrown there by those who pass by. Even if there was a trash can beside them, one may still throw their trash onto the street, not into the can. Most of the streets department does not collect the trash properly, nor the recyclers. They just whisk away the trash and the recycled cans, sending some of the debris onto the street and pavement. Maybe they do not get paid enough. Another thing, the street department people do not put trash cans in the street corners. So people drop their trash on the pavement, streets, and in the grass. Street department says they do not put trash cans out because someone will use them for their own trash that they made inside their home. Bad excuse. Very few may do that. And you no matter what, still need to do this. Think of that person if a police officer sees them do it. Like in the park, some streets that has it up there. Fines to litter. You walk along the street and see that the people who live on them do not care that trash has been left in front of their house. So they leave the trash there and not bother to help out and clean the mess up themselves. Somebody else did that. Why should I? While I began writing down this message, I had an opportunity to do some mentoring with a young Black boy of 13 years old. He got to know me through an incident about 2 weeks later when he hurt his leg. I went over there to help give assistance by sitting him down on the top step that helped relax his leg. Then I went to knock on his door to get his mom to inform her that her son hurt his leg and needed help walking. He had to be lifted and brought to his house. He was helped to his house by his mom and my next door neighbor and good friend Marcus Armstrong. His mom was told by the doctor that he tore his Achilles. Now he and I say hello as he again plays on the block. When he sees me, he says, "Hello, sir." Sometimes he just says hello. He does not need to call me sir, just Joe. The teaching and mentoring moment came when I was shoveling snow in front of my steps out front of my house. The lesson was about the difference between just being kind to someone in the street as opposed to turning it into a business proposition opportunity. He asked me if he could help, and I said yes. Then afterward, he asked if he paid for himself. I did give him $3 though for his help, even though I did not need to. He did not ask to be paid beforehand. I believe he learned the lesson of being kind and neighborly as opposed to being business-minded, even though he could take advantage of that kind of opportunity to make a little money for himself. But be upfront about it to that person. This was privilege for me. I asked him for a hug, and he was glad to give me. Another time, this man who did not live on my street began to vomit in front of my next door neighbor's house while I was hanging outside on the passenger side of the car. While he was hanging outside the passenger side car door. I asked him if he was all right, and my other neighbor saw me attending to him and went and got him a bottle of water and paper towels. He thanked us both for our help. We in the city of Philadelphia have a huge problem with trash that is littered throughout the streets, pavements, and grass in the neighborhoods. What we can do as people is to help each other clean the streets and pavements. We also can bother the streets department to do a much better job of trash collection. We also should tell them to put trash cans in the city's corners. These are the city's responsibilities. We as citizens need to hold the city, state, local, and federal governments to account. Government is created by God Himself for the benefit of the people, and especially for their protection. Government is not for the politicians' sake. There are those politicians who really think that it is for their benefit. We as people also can be vigilant against crime and be a help to the police. I had 3 circumstances where wrong was done to me. One was the stealing of 2 really good trash cans with wheels that were out in front of my house that hugged my house. In front of my house is a lawn, then a pavement, a street in front of that. People who stole them had to get out of their car, cross a pavement, cross the lawn, and go up to the trash cans that hugged my house. They had to take the 2 trash cans that hugged my house, go down my lawn, down the pavement to the street, and put them in the vehicle. This took time to do. Obviously, nobody actually saw them do it. Hard to imagine nobody not seeing it be done. It was done in broad daylight. Unless somebody saw them do it, but did not do anything or say anything about it. Oh, let me add. They came back to my house the next day in broad daylight and left trash bags at the top of my lawn that they found in the trash cans that they stole from me. They were mad that they took and stole my really good trash cans with wheels, with trash in them. They came back with the trash. By doing this, they wanted to tell me that I should not have had trash in them when they stole them. The second one was somebody walked up to my car and somebody opened my passenger side door of the car, sat in my car in front of the passenger's side, and hugged the pavement that was towards houses. Opened the compartment that was between the 2 front seats, leaving it open, and opened the compartment that was in the middle, in front of the driver and passenger seats, leaving that open, obviously wanting to steal what was in them and got nothing. Again, this took time to do. Same thing. Nobody saw anybody walk up to the car, open the car door, go into the car, sit for some time in the car, go throughout the compartments of the car, and get out of the car, and close the car door and walk away from the car. Or somebody saw this being done to my car and did not want to say anything or do anything. The third one was when I was coming home from work, 3 black youths jumped me from behind and beat me up, playing my nose and robbed me of my iPhone. A black lady walking up the street came up to me and saw me and called the police. I told her 3 young people did this. I told her 3 young people did this to me, but the lady told me she saw 4 young men running away from her. Apparently, one of their friends came and saw what they had done and ran away with them around the corner. There had been a police report signaling to the neighborhood that iPhones are being robbed from people. I did not get the word. I was coming home from work. A barber shop on my street embraced themselves for that crime. The barber shop tenants were black. They were aware of a white person walking around with a hoodie on his head. It was wintertime. They were looking out for him, but not for the others that were black. These 3 black youths who were walking behind me, we did not pay attention to. I walked in front of that barber shop and its window. along with the three black men behind me. I had that iPhone in my ear, not knowing that they were behind me. Since that barbershop was aware of and looking out for this situation, made aware to them by the police report. I think that they should have been suspicious of them walking close behind me. They were not. It would appear that they were too suspicious of that white man walking around with a hoodie on his head. Looks ironic, doesn't it? These are the three circumstances, among others, in my life. These three happened to me on my down that neighborhood. But I still love them and the other people. And I'm still here living on the same street, hoping to help change the circumstances that surround each and every one of us in our city. All of us should help make a change in the cities for the better for all of us. What is happening to the United States? This message goes out to the entire nation of the United States of America. The nation is in a very desperate situation. They have rejected the very God they so proudly proclaim. In God we trust, is believed and said in vain. The United States Constitution reads, "We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to others in their posterity. We ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America." This in God we trust, this United States Constitution, what is just said in the Constitution, is mocked and scorned. It is torn apart and disposed of. Share this message with all you know. Let churches, communities, schools, and anywhere else hear this message. Do not hold this back from them. I'll come back again. This is a report from 1 o'clock on November 25th. I will come back again later, today hopefully. And just watch my videos, please, and get the word out. Come see YouTube, JOEHAKU. I'll be back. Thank you very much.